Diversity, equity, and inclusion. That seems to be a hot topic now, since the reference is made to Kamala Harris being qualified to lead the country as the president. And of course, as vice president, which is not really, how could I put it, is crucial. But you have to realize, as we found out, and we're finding out, with the possibility of Kamala Harris becoming President Kamala Harris because of Joe Biden stepping down, which I still don't believe he wanted to, even though I do know from in my heart that he is not equipped. We understand that, but I don't think he willingly gave it up. But that's a whole different topic for another day. But I just wanted to say, let's explain what this is. A DEI hire refers to an individual who is hired through a process that emphasizes diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI principles. This process ensures that all candidates, regardless of their background, have an equal opportunity to compete for a job. That sounds all in good. That sounds really good. But when you really think about it deeper, if I was a DEI hire, I would wonder to myself, is it because I'm black, or is it because I'm really good enough for this job, or the best person for this job? Of course, I would be good enough if I was going for it. Because me personally, I have to be at my best for anything that I do. Whether it's drawing a picture, writing an article, speaking in front of people, in bodybuilding, whatever I did in my life, I would take the bruises and scrapes to ensure, I was going to say to enforce, and I can say that too, because I'm hard on myself that way. And if I'm not the best, I can accept not being that one who got the job, the position, the nod, the opportunity to prove myself, whichever. Now, I'm looking at it this way, and I said this on last night's show. If you want to catch up with the shows, we're across multiple social media platforms. But you can get everything at LanceScurv.com, because everything, when we do have a show and we go live, it's also on LanceScurv.com. So if you don't want to go to any of those platforms, or you're blocked from them, you can always get it on my blog, LanceScurv.com. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking that I don't like this DEI thing. Well, with racism and nepotism and all of these isms that stop black people and other people who are not white from getting the good jobs, it had to be a hassle, because there are a lot of people who are really qualified who are black and other who are not white who are good enough to get this job. But the thing is it overkill? I mean, statistically, they say that they have to have, a certain amount of blacks, certain amount of this, certain amount of that. I guess now a certain amount of LGBTQ. But what if they're not qualified for the job? What about the white people who are already on the job? Who said that they're the standard? What if they're not qualified for the job and get there because they're white, Caucasian? You see where I'm going with this? Okay, this is the end-all analogy that I use when I speak about this. And I've spoken about this in different ways, but with the whole DEI situation. Oh, come on, phone. Come on. Stop messing up. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this phone off. That's what I do. Usually when I do a show, because I start to get all the alerts and everything. Okay. Power off. Done. Knock yourselves out, people. But the end all analogy that I use, I say this. Would you fly in a plane where the two pilots that are there were self-taught? They kept up with a stringent curriculum, as in a school, academy, whatever you want to call it. The same way, same books, same everything. But they didn't have hands-on training, because they didn't have the simulators to make them feel as though they're hands-on with everything, which you need that. Because like I've always said also, is that nobody ever learned how to ride a bike by reading a book. Well, it says here, balance, you have to get on there and feel it. Right? Nobody ever said And I always got to say something sexual, right? But nobody ever said, well, honey, I can't have sex with you because I didn't read the book on sex. No, you have that feeling. You fumble around till you get it right, and it's not too hard, okay? We get it right. There's no animal out there, oh, God, we want to have sex, but we didn't read the book. Well, somebody had to teach you. Those things you can get by on. There's a whole lot of babies out here. But the bottom line is, you're not going to get on a plane with someone who doesn't have the highest quality training to ensure and to keep up. But they have to keep up learning things, brushing up on their skills, making sure they're not slipping. So would you ride a plane with someone who is like that? No. You're not going to put their life or your life in their hands. If they want to put their life in their hands, well, that's a whole different story. So coming down to things that are not as life-threatening, still, why would you hire somebody who had subpar skills, but just to say, well, give them a shot because they're black? I'm a black man. I'm all for our race. Huh? But no, I don't feel that that is the right thing. But that was their way of going against the racism where qualified black people were kept out of jobs, who were better in those individual situations than their Caucasian counterpart, but the Caucasian counterpart got the job. How do we combat that? That's really the question that I have today. How do we combat that? I don't want to be somewhere where everybody's looking at me, where not just because I'm black that, oh, he might not be up to par. No. But, oh, he got here only because of that. And he's probably not up to par. Hire me because I'm the best. And you know what? These companies are not stupid. When they see your resume, when they see your work, without the whole DEI coverage, they're going to call for you because they want the best. You see what I mean? And if they're racist enough to not want you because you are the best, then that is their loss. Now, also, to add on to the whole DEI thing, I'm not going to be long with this, but why can't we form our own companies, corporations, institutions, platforms, whatever you want to call it? There's enough of us. We are in every area of expertise. Whatever you can think up that you think we're not, there's a couple of us in the background pretty much doing most of the work. Pretty much doing most of the work that somebody else takes credit for. You understand? That's a no-brainer all throughout history, especially in America. And we know that the majority of the things that the world enjoys now comes from us. But for some reason, on the flip side of this, I want to say that we, and I'm not going to say all of us, because I am supremely confident that anything I put my hands on and put my mind to, I will succeed in that. That was something put into me by my parents and my environment from very young. If I didn't do it, it's because I didn't want to do it. But if I want to do something, even at 61 years old, if I want to be a brain surgeon, I can put my mind to it and do it. Do I want to take the years to go through all the preliminaries to get to that point to where I can start after many years of medical training to be a brain surgeon? No. No. I want to enjoy the sun, eat some mangoes, kick back, create, and do the things that I do now and enjoy my life as I am. But why can't we do our own thing? What is this thing inside of us that feels that we are subpar? Like, not all of us, but many of us, especially who came up in the American system. And it's out here in the motherland too, I'll be honest. It's out here too. Where many feel like, oh my God, the white masters, they know it all. They're the best. They're the standard. And they might be subpar below you. But what is it about us in America? Because we had to go through so much that a lot of it was beat into us, that even those that appear to be confident have something inside of us that nags us to make us feel as though we're less. That's why we don't take the leap. That's why we want to fight so hard to get into these Caucasian-dominated companies. That we know, and we see the workers who are there, the employees who are there in the various areas, and we're like, I'm better than this. I know I can do better. They're not doing anything I can't do. But why is it that we're afraid to spread our wings and fly? What is it about us? I understand the indoctrination and the mental conditions we have put through for hundreds of years. That is it right there. But right now, and I know we're decades out of certain situations, and we're still in certain situations and conditions. They're killing us the same way. Miss Massey was shot in the face by a cop. She had boiling water, but you mean you couldn't de-escalate a situation? As a trained professional, the force matrix, I was in corrections. I remember the force matrix. You go a step above to eliminate the threat, right? If they're doing something, you can use one step above in force. She could have been tased in the ankle. You know what I mean? Like, why did you shoot her in the face? And there are other people who are cops who are more qualified than this cop, but he got the certification. That doesn't make it right. When you see people in certain positions, it doesn't mean they're the best. But for me, I just couldn't be a DEI person where, okay, he's a DEI hire and everybody's questioning me whether I am the best. I have to be the best that I can be. I'm not competing against anyone else in life with whatever I do. But if I know I'm my best, it's a no-brainer. I don't have to be a DEI hire. I understand that's an attempt to negate the racism and nepotism that's in the workforce, but I pass. I'd rather do my own thing. I'd rather get together with other sisters and brothers, and if we set up something small, knowing that we're the best, and compete with these other companies, but we're doing our thing, to me, that's better. Don't label me that way. Because when you hire me, you got to know. My name, I'm talking about me personally, that I'm the best. And we all should feel the same way too. So anyway, what do you think? Is it necessary? What about the stigmas that go along with it? Is it stopping the racist practices of some of these companies? And why would we want to go in one of these companies anyway? Why don't we go somewhere else to a smaller company where the people look like us? And there may not be as many. What is the answer to this? Because I don't think it is. And remember, as you think about that, think about my airplane analogy. Would you want to fly in a plane with someone who is subpar in their skills and not the best pilots? Let me know. LanceScurv.com. Much love to you all. On to the next one. Peace.
LanceScurv.com. Bold, raw, and uncut.
So, my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth.